Today's QuickBooks tutorial will focus on getting all of your transactions out of QuickBooks for a certain time frame and into Excel. The second part of this tutorial will be turning the Excel worksheet into a pivot table that mirrors your QuickBooks income statement. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to take the reports. We're going to go to Custom Reports, and there's one called Transaction Detail. We're going to open that up. We're going to set the dates where we want them. So I'm going to go 1/1/2018 through 12/31/2018. And I should add that this is the Rock Castle Construction Company, a fictitious company that QuickBooks sets up. Okay, so now what you see here on the screen is you see all of the transactions for an entire year that were posted. So, and you may have seen this option before where you go to Excel, create new worksheet. Now what's different about this is that we are picking up all of the transactions in QuickBooks, the debits and the credits, and virtually every transaction that was in there. So I'm going to do this real quick, and it's going to turn into an Excel worksheet. And you'll see when it's done that the debits will equal the credits and so forth. This is sort of a good report to maybe give your auditors at year end so they can see all the transactions instead of little bits and pieces of them. They can actually sort, subtotal, do whatever they want. They should be able to match up to your income statement and balance sheet. So, all right, so now we've got it. Now, I'm going to take this little bit of formatting off. I'm going to do a few more things here. I'm going to take that off because we don't need that. I'm going to focus just on the columns that have actual need. I'm going to take the balance off too. Okay? And then I'm going to do one last thing because we're going to build a pivot report with this and kind of clean the data up just a tad. Now, you can do more than what I'm doing with the data, but step 2 is now the pivot table. We're going to fill in, capture all of the data. We're going to go to Insert, Pivot Table, and then we're going to start layering in some of the things. If you've never done a pivot table before, these are great tools to do it with. And right now, if we stop with the pivot table, you're going to see all of the activity that happened for the year. I'm going to just change this real quickly to and you can see now on the balance sheet, that's this section down through here. You're going to see that it is only the current year activity. Okay, so it's not your balance forwards. If you wanted your balance sheet to have balance forwards, you'd have to set your date from the very first transaction date through today, and then that would get you the proper balance sheet. But then if we look down here, you'll see the income statement, and we'll just go take a look at a few of the accounts now. And I'm going to just do this, close this out, go to reports, memorize reports, company, profit and loss, and we're going to go to design in, and we're going to set the dates to the same dates. 31, 12/31/2018. I'm all thumbs tonight. 2018. Okay. And if you come up here, you'll see that 36,729 equals that 36,729. The 208 matches the 208 here. The 119 matches the 119 here. And if we go down and encapsulate all the income and expense accounts, you'll see that we match up. Now that's $113,000 profit. And when you're doing accounting, you reverse the sign, so you'll see $113,000 profit there if you summarize it all. So it's It's a little tool that you can use. This also has drill down capacity and quite a few other, things you can do with it. Um, you know, there's some other things. Let's say we could go name and put here, and this would tell you all the names that were associated with those accounts. Take that out. Put the date in. You're going to get some little bit goofy dates. You can play around with the date a little bit on our data sheet. If you do this, I'm going to insert a column. And then I'm going to put down month and month, comma, year. Let's build a quick formula. Equals. Turn that into that. Now, I think this is going to work. Uh-oh. All right, got that to work. Let's take a look at that. Month, B2, and put in the backslash, and year B2. And there's your formula. Now let's copy that formula down. This will make this actually make a little bit more sense when we go back to the pivot table. So we're going to head back to the pivot table in just a minute. All right, got that all the way down. You'll see that that says 12/2018. Now, here's the pivot table. We're going to refresh the data. Okay, and then you see the month year. Remember, I built that on the other. I'm going to call this the data tab. Okay, I'm going to call this the pivot tab. Go back to the data tab. Remember, I built that month year formula. Now it shows up in here. Let's see if it works. Voila. Not quite as well as I wanted to. It gets them a little out of order. I think you could work with it though. You might be able to rearrange the columns in a different order, but you get the idea. And I'm going to go ahead and sign off for now. Happy hunting with your QuickBooks, and hope this lesson was useful. Thank you.